What's good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you guys here with a local duel video from the locals I went to, I think 2 weeks ago. On this nice Monday evening. I apologize. Normally I try to upload around noon every day, but a lot of things have been underway here at the home front, so it's just been getting time to do it. So I finally got time to get this video out to you guys. We're going to have World Chalice on the right and Golden Lord Eldritch Zombie on the right. So this Golden Lord deck's been tearing up our locals apparently a lot lately. Caleb is the man on the right, piloting our World Chalice. He is our veteran. And yeah, so we're going to see essentially the normal summon of Venus happen. And it's just going to go from there. That ultimate rare Link Spider going to be touching down. I need to get me one of those here soon. You know, if they're going to rock you, at least turn into an ultimate rare Link Spider to kind of show them what's up. Mduk's going to touch down, give an additional normal summon. Summoning out another Shine Ball. This deck is like, this deck, World Chalice, as we all know, it's a fan favorite. We all really like this deck. It's just, as World Chalice players will tell you, it lacks starters. And that's some of the biggest fault that the deck has. But we're going to see Exodius touching down. Exodius and Venus just being so powerful. Just practically Exodius just allowing you to have unlimited Skull Dreads. So like something about this deck is it just can go through multiple Skull Dreads and just craft the hand it needs to win. So it's just straight busted. World Legacy World Chalice floating out Mduk and Lee. Which is going to, I think the World Chalice was Chainlink 2. Scroll to Chainlink 1. We're going to see a draw 4, put back 3. Not too shabby. I really wish Ib, the World Chalice Justicar, was still around because I believe this deck would be totally kicking butt. But we're going to see another 1,000 being paid off of the Venus in intervals of 500, of course, to summon out the Shine Balls that he shuffled back with Exodius. Pretty much just going to be able to make himself a another Skull Dread. So right now, World Chalice kind of, I guess, is trying to get its win to its win condition, which the deck can have multiple win conditions. I think this build is the Gamecill Waterfront. Trying to get to that with a Tri-Gate board, I think, is what he was telling me, is he's trying to get to Gamecill with a Tri-Gate, and if not one of the other, you know, if you can't get to Gamecill, trying to get to a Tri-Gate. But Skull Dread drawing 4 again. Now get this, guys, if he drew into another Exodius, he could just link off the Skull Dreads, right? Make something. It doesn't even matter what he makes. Special summon the Exodius, put back the Skull Dreads, and then make 2 more. So essentially, he could have the ability to make 4 Skull Dreads in one turn. It's just straight bonkers. Look, he has that Guard Dragon, which is a good extender in the graveyard. We're going to see the Shine Ball turn into Mduk. Mduk is such a solid normal summon. It has a second effect that I think whatever it points to, if it battles what it points to, it destroys. But Ningritsu, the World Chalice Warrior, making Mduk Chainlink 2, Warrior Chainlink 1, summoning Lee, getting another draw. So he's drew a total of 9 cards throughout his entire turn so far. Lib touching down. Lib probably going to grab that counter trap, which is still... Oh, nope, never mind. Going to grab Succession. That's right, he didn't main deck the counter trap. But going to grab... If it would have got the counter trap, he would have had a live counter trap there, but he's going to grab a Succession for a follow-up on the next turn. Setting 2 cards. Probably one's a Call by the Grave, let's be real. And passing it over to the Eldritch player. Is the Golden Lord going to come forth? Let's find out. Contemplating plays. Also, guys, if you guys have made it this far in the video, please remember to check out our sponsors down in the description below. OPHIDIAN Games and Accessories, Imperium Duelist, GameTime Cards and Collectibles, all those right down there in the description below. Also, please remember, if you want to join this crusade, hit the join button and reap your awesome rewards of being a member. Anything you guys put towards the channel or anything about any type of your membership goes to making the channel better and just practically going right back into it. I can one day have the dream of being a full-time at-home YouTuber, but until we get that dream and we acquire that, everything that is put towards the channel goes directly towards the channel. But the Golden Lord does come forth, and as he smacks down. So essentially, there's a problem here, is that Lib will get a shuffle and Ningritsu will get a send if he doesn't solve them. But I believe Ningritsu is actually 28 at the moment due to Skuldred's buff. So that means the Golden Lord is on par with Ningritsu, which means unless he wants to sacrifice the Ningritsu, he's going to have to stay around. Normal summoning the Banshee. Banshee is practically the Zombie World card that lets you set a Zombie World directly from the deck. And it's a quick effect too, so it can dodge Call by the Grave. Understanding that if Lib, I believe if Lib gets sent from the field to the graveyard by any means, by opponent's cards, or maybe it's any means actually, because I think if you link using IP Masquerena with it, it shuffles away. It's going to shuffle a card. In fact, if Lib leaves, it's shuffling a card. But we're going to see the Golden Lord and the Necro Slime get turned into, I think, an Vindred Savior, which is a very good link monster for both zombies and Vindreds in general. The ability to dump any zombie and recur vital Vindred resources in the Vindred strategy is super needed. But he's going to... Oh, maybe not. But he's probably, my guess, is going to attack into Lib, reduce its attack by... to get Balladrock in the grave. And then it looks like he's losing the battle with Savior. Savior dies. Zombie World's activated. And it looks like, due to Banshee, he must, never mind, he must have sent the Gloom. Excuse me, he must have sent the Gloom. So still in battle would be my guess. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to the end phase. Zombie World being very problematic here for the simple fact that now everything's zombies and Balladrock can just chain and trigger to all of them. Yeah, so it must be the end phase here. My little recording thing is right over his graveyard, so I kind of couldn't see. My guess is the fact that he crashed with the Savior, sending Bloom to summon Balladrock, and then Banshee 2 was chained to get the field spell. But World Chalice's turn, I believe, is going to be coming up here. He has to be very careful due to the fact that Balladrock can negate anything, but he's going to banish the World Legacy World Chalice to attempt to add any World Legacy card, which I believe Balladrock is going to respond to and negate. However, in my World Legacy World Chalice can search itself or can search any World Legacy card, but he already has the World Legacy Succession set. So he's going to use Ningritsu's effect here to send, my guess would be the Balladrock, but if it was me, I'd go after the Zombie World first. Yep, there you go. So he goes, Smart Man hits the Zombie World, removing that type of advantage that Zombie World gives the Eldritch Zombie player. We also, guys, are producing our own 3D field centers. There shall be a commercial coming up here shortly that will show you guys it. Please, when that becomes available to you guys, think about getting it. You know, the more you put into it, the more I can make, which means future designs and stuff like that. I'm already working on a Ningritsu one, not a Ningritsu one, a Gearsu one, shortly after this Equimax one is finished being produced. So stay tuned for the commercial for that, and stay tuned for its launch. But we're going to see Ningritsu successfully send the Zombie World. Now, what is the plan of play here? Shade Brigandine being set, then just activated because there's no traps in the graveyard. World Legacy World Guard Dragon banishing itself to special summon a Vanilla. We could potentially see a Nightmare Phoenix or a Nightmare Cerberus be dropped. That's one thing about World Chalice that it's always been very decent at, is constructing these nightmare boards and being able to pick apart, you know, stuff. There we go, Cerberus popping down, going to destroy the Balladrock, drawing a card. But that's what I was saying, like they've always been super good. Waterfront touching down as well, or Legacy Succession. Oh, so he's just putting on the gas. He's full steam ahead. It's now or never, because the Eldritch's grind game is super intense, and if you don't put the nail in the coffin, no pun intended for them being zombies, they will mount a comeback and can potentially beat you down with just the Golden Lord. And the Conquistador and Habanero, or however you pronounce his name, is definitely problematic. But we're going to see a tribute summon for the World Legacy World Chalice with Lee, and we might even see a shuffle, a link into Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Unicorn to continually just plow through these tube set back rows, which actually would be my choice of play. I think I'd link into, but he's just going to go ahead and turn into Almirage. I didn't even think about that. Then go ahead and beam out 2 more. I'm sorry for the odd moments of silence, guys. I've actually been quite crazy today. I've been editing videos. I did a video prior to this call it, and it's a discussion over the red eyes. See that coming Saturday, I believe. That should be dropped on Saturday. Gamecill getting search, which will probably end up being special summon, but I think the time is coming that it's time to do the thriller dance and get on out of here and go into game 2, because Lib's going to touch down. And once that turtle touches, unless that's a counter trap there, it's over. So we're going to wrap it up and go into the next game now. All right, guys, we're over here in game 2. I hope you guys liked that little commercial that came up right after game 1. Those are the 3D field centers that we are producing here at Team COG. They will be available on that date. They will only be in limited quantity, so once they are released, please get yours while supplies last. And I don't know if I will revisit the Equimax one, not for a while, so you better get them while you can. But in that commercial was super fun to make. I've had a lot of problems with editing and stuff like that, so finally I had to just like diverge into the deep darks of like the internet and to try and find a way to do what I wanted to do with that little commercial. And finally I was able to, because the last time I did it, when I released the video, the Crusade calls, I think last week, I wanted to have all those effects and everything in the video, but my processing or my software that I'm using, it was not transferring well. It would transfer like clips of it working, and then it would, hopefully none of you saw it, but there was a few people that was able to see it that I didn't even know it was happening. So I had to take it down and go back to it. But we are going to see Zombie Land or Zombie World activated in 3 set back row from the Eldritch player, Twin Twisters. Go ahead and just get rid of Kyoto Waterfront, because if Waterfront touches down, you're in danger, just because of how powerful the turtle is. Linking into Imduk. Imduk's going to give an additional normal summon of the Guard Dragon. Okay. Not what I thought, but we might just see just a link into Aurum, maybe? Aurum and pass? Maybe I didn't get to see the Royal Chalice player's hand. Maybe he's playing pretty conservatively. But we're going to see Aurum come out. Special summon another Guard Dragon. Ooh, so he opened double Guard Dragon. Banish Guard Dragon to summon out Chosen. Maybe he has a Ningritsu drop fate. Like, this might actually be... I noticed he didn't open the World Legacy World Chalice, which is pretty detrimental to the deck strategy, hence World Chalice. So we're going to see a link to into Ib. And set 2, okay. So he didn't have enough gas. I mean, if he could have get to a Ningritsu, he could have drew. Getting titty twisted right there, losing the Call by the Grave, and I think a set imperm. Oh, that's pretty rough for the World Chalice player. Considering that Call by the Grave could have grabbed back the Balladrock. But I think he could have called by the Balladrock anyway. Maybe it was just kind of a... Or maybe it was during the end phase, his end phase that happened, probably. But I think that's all it is going to be for the World Chalice player to wrap it up and jump into Game 3. Okay, guys, here we are. Game 3, the final bout. World Chalice and Golden Lord Zombies? Let's question mark. Don't know if that's going to be the name of it, but let's see in this Game 3. We've already seen Game 1 and Game 2. Let's see if this deck can go. I'm rooting for World Chalice because I'm a combo player and I hate set 5 and pass dot decks. So, despite the Golden Lord is kind of cool, not going to lie. But we see the World Chalice player starting off with a Kyoto Waterfront. So, practically already saw its win condition. But it looks like I see a Gamecill in his hand, which is probably one of the best. If you can relate the Waterfront engine to any sort of engine, it is 100% like Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion, seeing Garnet. Except for you can still kind of play, but where it's Waterfront. But it looks like he just passed, so his hand must not be good at all, which is one of the problems that World Chalice faces, the lack of starters or consistent starters. It looks like he has a Gamecill and a DD Crow in his hand. And is that a World Legacy World Chalice? It is. He's going to attempt a DD Crow, the Banshee, but Banshee's going to chain. Which is too bad. But I guess, that's... Coincidentally, if he would have held on to it, he could have hit the Lord that was coming with it. Probably would have been better. But yes, it looks like he has a World Legacy World Chalice, a Monster Reborn, and a Gamecill. So this hand, according to World Chat, like 100% to any World Chalice, is a complete and utter brick. So, but maybe he can pull out of it. All he needs to do is top deck a Venus and just have Venus resolve, and he could be right back in it. we're going to see a Scarlet Sanguine, I believe, get set. I kind of missed it. And we're going, nope, never mind. It was the Guardian being set. The Golden Lord comes out along with the Unizombie. And this is where we're going to see some damage be done, which is all right. World Chalice still in it. All it has, like I said, all they have to do is draw essentially a normal or a Venus, and they are ready to go. We're going to see, I believe that was Scarlet Sanguine being set. And huge shout out to the zombie player. I just realized his sleeves were kind of like a bronze gold to kind of match the Golden Lord theme. But yep, standby phase, I believe Scarlet Sanguine is going to be activated. But it looks like he's just scooping it up. The guy had Ash, but thank you guys so much for watching. This is Charles and Team COG signing out.